3 minutes
Yeah, I
out,
know.
right?
Yeah. The first chunk.
Yes.
I could set it up. But let's see. So this is done. Redirecting to YouTube.
Don't hit me.
Okay. All right. We seem to be on. So
Hello.
welcome everyone to Across the Miles. I'm Late Amy. This is Windsor. This is Lady Nancy of Cotton Creme.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'm, I'm using my little purse
Oh, yes.
teacup today. I
Oh,
haven't used it in a while.
I love that. I love that. That's fantastic.
I know.
You saw my
Yeah.
little my mini teapot from World Market, which you can
Yes, I saw your
turn
teapot.
down.
Yes.
Yes, and my Royal Albert. This is a special buy for
Ooh,
myself. It is from the
ooh,
Empress series, so this is named for Catherine of Braganza. There
ooh.
is a Victoria. There's an Alexandra. There are like 4 or 5 different colors. So I have the green that was my grandmother's, and I've got the red that I bought. So
All right. Yay.
yay!
That's well.
So
So we're drinking orchid vanilla. I saved the wrapper so that I can show.
there
It's
you
pretty
go.
orchid vanilla.
Yes, yes.
Um, and we'll see. I added my sweetener
Yeah,
to
and
it.
I have to, and I just want to, if I you can see it, it is not as dark as a black tea is
It's not
expected to be. It's really
right.
quite light. It has a lovely aroma.
That's hmm.
Strong vanilla. It's very
Yes,
light on the tea component.
yeah, the vanilla really kind of takes over everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why I'm
So
getting
I
a
tested
floating
it
thumb.
with with this. It's like your thumb's almost up. That
I
works.
know, right? Mm,
That's really
that's
funny.
very good though. There's almost a caramel. Do you pick up a little bit of a
Yeah, yeah,
caramel?
yeah. It's very yummy. Yeah.
It is. It's lovely. It's lovely.
Okay, so it
So
works.
I had just for explaining, I had my lovely London scene back here and it
Yeah,
disappeared and it would have taken me 10 minutes to get it back. So I'm like, just
that's
never mind.
okay. You
We're
got your shirt. You got your London shirt. We're good. Uh,
Yeah, I've got my shirt, I've got the earrings, Amy
yeah,
Mitchell, Houses of Windsor inspired earrings.
I know. I have my tiny ones because with the whatever backgrounds, virtual backgrounds, if you have any dangling, it cuts it off. So
Yes,
it's like
yes.
have it exactly on.
They look great. Now I tried to show this to you last time and we were barely getting it, but this is that. I love it because it's such a great fabric. Sometimes you get tea towels and they're cheap fabric. This is the
Yeah.
softest. It is so soft. And I have the matching mug. This is from a friend
Oh
of
my
mine.
gosh,
Hello, London.
that's
She
cool.
got this. Oh, I could have told you. Now I don't remember. It was like anthropology, I think
Ooh,
it
okay,
was, or
yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So,
That
yes,
like
darling, absolutely darling. And
Christmas London. That's
it is
great.
Christmas. So you and I have not spoken since before Christmas. Um,
Correct.
we have
So,
got we got snow, but this is a different kind of snow. I don't know if you know, like the Eskimos have like 30 something words for snow because
yeah,
snow
yeah,
comes in so many textures. So this is a
yeah.
snow we've never actually experienced before, at least I haven't.
Yeah.
So we got about 5 or 6 inches of actual fluffy, you can make a snowball snowman, sled down the snow, followed by hours of frozen rain. So in the end, it was a thick sheet of it compressed what snow was there and it became a thick sheet of ice. So you look out there, it's been over a week and the snow just it looks pristine. It's white,
Oh,
it's
wow.
pretty
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
left it,
Because the
but you
ice.
can't walk on it because you're gonna slip and bust your ass. I swear you
That's
it just whew.
great.
Um so yeah, so we had to the next day we actually had to go out and chisel the driveway, which is
Gosh.
nothing short of, oh my gosh. So we had to chisel it and then it would just come out in blocks of ice. You could like stack this and make a stack stone wall or an igloo with it. Yeah. And that's what if you were to look at my yard, it's just the big chunks of ice all over the place.
God.
And oh, everybody's like, oh, you're so lucky. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, my what that made me think of is in Indiana when I was a kid, there was like a snow day or something, and we were out playing in the snow, like sledding and stuff. But I guess it was sort of drizzling while we were out there.
Right?
So I created like this sheet of ice on top of the snow, like you're talking about.
Yes.
Sledding was incredible. So you just flew down the ice.
The
So
luge. That's not slow sledding.
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
luge.
yeah. So I'm like, so it's not good for like grown-ups who have to like do grown-up stuff in it.
No, no. Or
If you're sledding, it's awesome to have ice. So,
oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, we can see because we have a trail and it leads down to a creek. And the
yeah,
creek is frozen right now too. And I was looking, it went from one end of the yard to the next, and I looked at Jose and I said, "Do you think if we took the toboggan out there?" He goes, don't do it. Just don't do it. I said, "I won't." He says, you would just go for miles and then you'd hit a tree. Don't do it. So, but I have to say, so yesterday we got up to 40 degrees and the sun was just shining. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. And it's amazing how warm 40 degrees feels when you've been living in 18
right.
degrees for 2 weeks. And
Yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah.
out there in a short sleeve shirt and jeans because it feels so warm. It's
Right.
all perspective. It's all perspective. My brother
It
got
is.
snow in Savannah. I know you, my sister just sent me pictures of her plants. She lives in Winter Springs and her
Mhm.
plants are done. They are just toast after the
I all my neighbors, yeah, had sheets covering all of their plants.
yeah.
Like I don't have any plants worth saving, so it's fine. But
Get
I'm
that.
pretty sure mine survived. The ones that I have that I don't care about survived. But yeah, we had lots of like winter warm warnings or whatever, storm warnings. And it got down. So our lowest, I took a screenshot of it because it was Saturday morning.
Mm.
I think Saturday. Yeah. Or Sunday. Anyway, at 7:30 in the morning on our coldest morning, uh, in my area, it was 25 degrees and it felt like 16.
Yes.
Now, that's crazy for Florida, right?
Yes. That is nuts. That is
Like
nuts.
20 alone is nuts for
Yeah.
Florida, but
Yes.
to feel like it's in the teens is like, like I was telling Eddie's daughter, I was like, you probably never felt this temperature before that you're gonna experience. Because she's never seen snow or anything. So
Right.
it's yeah, so it's like you're gonna be real cold.
Yes. Very cool. Well, it's not over. It ain't over till it's over.
Sure.
It's I can say it's great tea weather. I have to say this is my third pot of tea today. Trying to stay warm. And try to, throw in a glass of cold water in between.
Right.
But in tying both the tea business and the weather together. So I have a museum tea on Saturday. Our
Nice.
Galentine's Day tea, we sold out. And we've never done that before. So
That's
that's great. And
that's
I never
awesome.
even advertised other than I told a friend of mine. And
Right.
so we're excited about this. It's 35 people. It's a lot of work, more
Yeah.
tea, more plates, more
Sure.
things like that. It's supposed to be at best 28 degrees on Saturday with a wind chill and a very windy day with a wind chill of -4.
Oh my gosh.
This is not an outdoor tea,
Well,
obviously,
yeah, 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 yeah.
but the hauling back and forth of everything I have to do to go from outside to
Oh,
inside,
I didn't
outside to
think about
inside.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I'm not looking forward to it. I am not looking forward to it. So, but I'll be glad when it's done and I'll come home and I'll strip down to my jammies, put on a
Yeah.
electric blanket and call it done. So,
Yes. Yeah, I
mhm.
didn't think about that. I was thinking about the guests where it's like, yeah, it's great for hot tea, like for them to come in and warm up. But it's like, oh, I forgot about you.
Yeah, the
Like back
setting
and
up
forth.
and yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
might
gosh.
have to solicit a family member or two to come in and help
Right.
with that. So that I have that, and then the bridal tea shower that I was
Yes.
commissioned for 8 months ago is finally coming up at the end of the month here. Um,
Yes.
this is a woman who did not haggle on price. She did not, it's fine,
Right.
whatever. I want you to come and talk. Do you
Right.
do food? No, I don't do food. We found a caterer. The caterer does the scones, so I took that off of my package.
Awesome.
It was supposed to be 30 people. It's now down to 20 people. And all I have
Great.
to do is show up with the tea and the pretty things. She's already,
Yay.
and not even the cake stands, which are the hardest things to get back and
Oh,
forth.
yeah.
She
Yeah,
got
yeah.
her own because she wanted them to be uniform.
Oh,
And so I'm like, hey, lady, you knocked yourself out. You just
yeah, yeah,
knocked
yeah. No
yourself out. Do what you
kidding.
want to do. So, but other than possibly continuing with the museum teas, I'm done. I'm
You're
done. I
done.
hate to say, but I am. There have been a lot of family challenges you and I will
Mhm.
discuss offline. Um,
Perfect.
I need more time with family. I don't need the stress. And the county has now imposed a particular tax on food and beverage, and I'm supposed to have to file monthly. I am not a business person. I don't want to file monthly for what when I barely have any business as it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. I have to do monthly sales tax.
Yeah.
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 I used to
So,
do quarterly, and I think because I was late something, they're like, well, you gotta do it monthly. I don't trust you.
gotcha.
So I just
But so you just had a bridal something.
I did. So I had a wedding
Hmm.
that the reception, instead of a traditional cocktail hour, I was set up at the bar with my teacups and tea, and they came by to me, and I'd say the guest, I was like, "You pick out what cup you want," and of course that's part of the fun, right? It's
Yes,
like,
of
here's all
course.
these cool cups.
Absolutely.
So they picked up their cup, and then we had the bride's choice of tea and the groom's choice. So the bride picked vanilla chai, and the groom picked Scottish toffee, the
Good
really yummy one.
choices. Good
Yeah,
choices. Yes.
most people went with vanilla chai because that's what they recognize as like a tea, right? Everybody else, the average person is like, I don't know what Scottish toffee is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But they're missing
Um,
out.
I know they are, yeah. But still, there were plenty of people that drank it. It just was like, if anyone was on the fence, they're like, I guess vanilla chai. Um, and then I had three little stations of sugar and milk set up, which the bride and groom requested oat milk. And they told me this well in advance in our like first in our planning call. And I was like, okay, I was like, is there like a certain type you want? And they're like, if you can get Oatly, I was like, great, because I don't know oat milks. So it's
Right,
like, so
right.
they're only oat milk. Um, and they wanted sandwiches. So this group is very small. The venue is pretty big, but it was for 17 people, including
Okay.
the bride.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah. So I believe when they started planning their wedding a year and a half ago, they thought they'd have like 50 people. And as it got closer, apparently they knew it was going to be small. So when I started talking to them in like November or something, I
Mm-hmm.
think, they already knew it was going to be like 17 people.
Okay.
And that number stayed true because I checked like, a couple weeks before, are we still at 17? And so, but we talked about doing finger sandwiches, instead of like, someone would usually be walking around with hors d'oeuvres during like the cocktail hour, and they didn't have anyone doing that. And so I originally thought I'd find a caterer to make the sandwiches and I'll set them out on my trays.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that's not what happened. I made the sandwiches. So, because I was only making two kinds
Right.
and 17 people. Now, that does mean, I mean, I made a lot because it consulted with Chat GPT on how many I should have for 17 people. And it's like, well, if you have it set up buffet style, people take more than if they were sitting at a table with it. Like, you better be prepared, kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. So I bought 4 loaves of bread,
Mm-hmm.
Texas style, because ChatGPT also suggested thicker bread because the thicker bread won't get like soggy or tear as much when you're cutting it.
Okay.
And
True.
they were right. So, um, but it's like still soft like sandwich bread. It's not
Yes.
like yeah,
Is it
not like
not too
Texas
thick
toast.
though for a sandwich? Is
No,
it not too
it's not.
thick?
It's not like this. It's just like Texas. It's like, I don't know, a little bit thicker than regular sandwich bread.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
not. It's not giant.
Okay.
Um, so I made essentially using So 2 loaves were egg salad, and 2 loaves were Irish white cheddar and apple chutney.
Ooh,
So
yum. That sounds
yeah,
delicious.
so the egg salad I've worked on like ahead of time as far as like testing out what recipes I wanted to use.
Hmm.
Um, and I landed on one, I'll say without chives, because I did one with chives and it's just like also just like you just taste onion forever, like
That's what I was wondering. Yes,
yeah,
especially fresh.
nobody,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody wants that at the wedding. So I did one without that, and it was good. But then the cheddar and chutney was specific to the couple, so they had asked for this back in our planning meeting,
Okay.
and because they had at the Ritz in London a delicious cheddar and chutney finger sandwich that they
Okay.
would love if we could like somehow create. Problem is, nowhere online will it say what kind of chutney they use. It won't like they were like, I think I remember it being like red, and I was like, all right, like so again, internet helped me figure out that like what would likely go with cheddar, and it was like fruit chutneys and stuff. So like
I
apple.
would
So I
think.
got a couple different chutneys to try those out in advance. So I was doing a lot of like pre-sampling to figure out
Right.
which one to use. And I got like 6 different cheddars to like try, like a slice of
Oh my
each cheddar
goodness.
from Publix. Yeah, I was like, can I get just like one slice from like
Ah,
6 She was like, no, you can't. Yeah, of course you can.
okay.
Um, and so I ended up going with the Irish white cheddar from Publix that was really good, uh, and then an apple. It was like an apple cranberry chutney,
Oh, that sounds
and
delicious.
it was delicious. And I'll say, so what was exciting that I didn't know what would happen that this would happen is that the bride and groom actually arrived first at the reception.
Okay.
So they came in first, and came straight to me and like to actually have tea and like sandwiches, which I feel like usually when it's the wedding day, you don't actually get to enjoy any of the stuff you plan.
Right.
Like,
Oh gosh, don't I know it? Yeah.
yeah, so they got to try it and it was like, oh, like the cheddar and chutney, like this is the big thing. And they tried to like, this is amazing, like this is perfect. I was like,
Oh, that you were probably just like, that's
yeah,
so great. Oh, it sounds so good. Can you please let me know what brand or whatever that you got of the apple
yes, I
cranberry?
will, because I
Amazing.
have to, yeah, I forget what it's called, but I'll tell you which brand I got. Yeah,
Okay.
it's good. So yes, so it went really well, but it was also unusually cold for Florida, so it ended up being great to hire me because everybody came in from like the cold and got to
Yes.
have hot tea.
Hot tea.
And they're
Oh,
like
I'm so
dressed
glad.
and they're dressed to go to a wedding, so they're not wearing the warmest of things, right?
Of
And
course.
again, it's Florida cold, so they probably don't have a coat on. They don't want to mess it at the wedding.
Right. I'm so glad. That sounds so great. It's such a relief when somebody, when they have a particular desire.
Yes.
You like, is that, I'm liking it to the time that my friend Emma brought her mother over here for tea for Christmas 2 years ago for Christmas tea. And she came up to me at the end of the tea and she said, "Did you make the scones yourself?" And I said, "Yes, I did." She goes, "You did a lovely job. They're wonderful. I
Oh,
thought maybe you bought them at the store." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm taking that to my
oh my
grave.
gosh.
I love that." When you know that somebody has a good taste or that, that they may be
Yeah.
a in something. So I'm so glad that worked out for you. And it does sound delicious. It sounds really, really yummy. What a good option too, Amy, because to me that would be very economical as far
It
as the
is.
sandwiches go, because you're not having to buy a protein or
Correct.
even chicken salad can be expensive. Egg salad isn't too pricey.
It's
Um,
not, and I
yeah.
decided to make my own, which like usually I would just buy like Publix ready-made egg salad, but I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot. Like, I don't want to, yeah, I'll just do it myself." So, but what was really nice was I didn't want to make it at my house, because I mean I have cats, but mainly because one of them won't leave me alone if I'm doing something in the kitchen.
Hmm.
So he's like
Hmm.
hopping up immediately, and I'm like knocking him back with an elbow. So.
Right, right.
Uh, what was great was that Claire from Sugar Divas Cakery, I'll give her a shout out, um, who's British.
Oh
She,
yeah.
I asked her probably over a month ago, I was like, is there any way we could use like a countertop in our kitchen, your commercial kitchen, for just a couple hours on the morning of the 30th? She was like, absolutely. So I got to bring, yeah, so I got to make all my sandwiches right there.
Oh,
Uh, and it
nice.
felt so much better. I'll just say, whatever professional wise.
Yes.
Yeah. And I got to hang out with like all the cool cake shop people, which were fun. Like the girl next to me was working on fondant. She's like, this is not what I want to be doing. She's like, the first thing in the morning, she's like, too tired. And she's like kneading, it's like frozen. It was really neat. And she told me if I need that again at any time, let her know. I
That's
can
really
come there.
great.
It's so nice to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
So even though, yeah, I don't want to do food, if I have to do, especially sandwiches, I've got a good spot for, yeah, making them.
Yeah.
So that was great. Um, but yeah, the wedding party was so sweet. Everybody was really nice. Everybody had tea. There wasn't a single person that didn't, other than like a little kid. There was a little girl that didn't want to try any, but every adult, all the men, everybody had tea. And they thought it was really cool that it was like a groom's choice and the bride's choice, right?
Hmm.
Like which
Hmm.
one they want to take. And yeah, so and everyone seemed to like the food, and I brought my pretty little salad plates to have for their sandwiches to carry them on.
Nice.
But yeah, so and they had like a sort of like Victorian looking furniture sitting like set up almost like a little living room in one spot.
Oh, nice.
And
Uh-huh.
that was because they were going to be playing games. They're like, yeah, this wedding is like wild. So they had tea for the cocktail hour. They had me for the tea cocktail hour. They had one game over in the couch area while they were having tea and sandwiches. And then they had a little moment where they did their special dances, and
Hmm.
everyone kind of stood around and watched their special dances. And then they had this big bank table set up that's really cool for them to have their sit down dinner. So that was the other reason why we didn't do too much food with my thing, because I told him, I was like, you don't want an afternoon tea and then go to dinner.
Yes. No, not with all that bread. No. Yeah.
And their wedding cake they wanted to
Oh my
share.
gosh. Yes. True. Yeah.
Like you have your dessert, like we'll do sandwiches.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it was just really nice. And they had, because it was a bar, like there was a sink and it had like the tall faucet that even had like the little hose thing that
Right.
pulls out.
Right.
I could fill my giant water heater like so much easier. And then at the end, like people were kind of bringing me some dishes here and there, and I wasn't being rushed to get out. I so once they moved on to the next stage, and it was, I'll say, loud enough in there for me to make some noise. I washed every dish before I left. They had dish soap.
So nice.
I was able
Yep.
to wash and dry and repack everything before I left, and I was like, "This is amazing."
This is absolutely. Because that's I'm just putting things in, try not to break it, get home, and I'm still looking at 2 hours of washing, drying, and putting
No,
away. Yeah.
exactly, exactly. So I was like, "Wow, that was perfect." And it was Venue who referred me to that couple. So the Venue, her name's Sam, who works there. She is connected to the what through the wedding network with me. And so she referred me. So now she knows, and she's seen it work in her space. So now, like, she can refer me easily and be like, "Hey, if you want to do this cool thing, like,
Right.
I've seen her do it."
Right.
You know.
Right.
Um,
Sure. Well,
yeah.
that's great.
So
Well, I'm glad
that
it went
was
so well. It sounds
good.
awesome. Sounds
Yeah,
great.
it was good, and and it was a true paid gig.
Yes.
Truly paid.
Right. Well,
Mhm.
one more thing that you put out there, and hopefully you've got some pictures of the bride and groom have
I
hopefully
do.
took pictures and things like that. So
Yeah, I had a photographer there, so
good.
and she was definitely taking some close-ups of my stuff, so
Good.
hopefully I'll get some of that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so and then I'm working more in the, it's still part-time, but I'm working more hours as I am able or as they are able to pay me basically
Hmm.
at the law firm. So it's the plan is to still keep pushing forward to get full time with that and
Hmm.
then do tea parties as I'm hired.
Right.
Like,
Right.
you know, someone's talking to me about April 2027. Like,
You told me about that. It's like, well, let's hope that
that's
that
right. I
comes
know.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Call,
Um,
call me in January of 2027 and we'll
yeah,
talk.
I know. It's like, yeah, I was like, well, if you want to hold that date, you have to put a deposit.
Yes, yes.
The
Wow.
schedule's full already.
Oh my. Wow.
I know, but okay, so royal news. We've probably had all kinds of royal news that we've, since before Christmas.
Well, what's his face is back in in the very horrible spotlight again, some more photos of
Andrew
uh,
Mountbatten,
yeah, have
formerly Prince Andrew.
emerged. Questionable. What the hell is he doing? And of course, there's always constant positive press. Is there negative press about Will and Catherine? It just doesn't seem like there is. Um, and then, of course, the constant rumors that continue to swirl about Harry and Meghan and their unsteady marriage. And so I get this text from my mom, and she's texted all of us. I didn't even know my mom cared, which was the funny thing about it. She says it's this litany of my dad. We have these things going on. My parents have had to. I don't know if my parents were evicted from their assisted living,
Right.
and
Yeah, happening.
and people out there, if they're listening, they go, "How the hell does that happen?" Well, because my dad was stubborn and he wasn't asked for help and he kept slipping to the floor. So anyway,
Follow the
so
rules.
yes, yes, yes. So now they're not living together. My mother has an apartment. My dad is in nursing care, which is what he needs now, unfortunately. And
Yeah.
so my mom gives us this litany. I mean, sometimes we get these text messages that you
Oh
just
my God.
roll through. And because there are four of us, and she wants to get the story out all at once rather than to do it. But at the end of this long litany, she's like, "And if you heard, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are finally getting a divorce," and da da da. And I'm like, and I'm reading this, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And I'm like, looking at Google, and I'm looking
Right.
on UK News and the Daily Mail, and I'm like, "No, they're not," because that would be front page everywhere. It would be
Right.
front, it would be front page on Fox News.
Yes.
It would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
there,
yeah.
and it's not. So I text my mom, "I will call you tonight."
Hilarious.
So we had a conversation. I'm like, "No, they're not."
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, my mom had texted me something about uh Andrew moving to like one of the family states or something and saying it in a way as like it was some great thing for him. And I go, I'm aware. And actually, it's like he's not going to the big house. He's going to a separate house, which I'm sure he'll still have servants, but essentially he's going to be completely isolated. He's essentially under a house arrest. Yes, he has beautiful outdoor space that the average prisoner does not have.
Yeah. It's still exile though.
Yes,
It is still
it's
exile.
exile. And I did not know this, but I heard Jack Royston from the Royal Report said apparently Andrew loves playing Call of Duty, the computer game.
Yes.
So he's like surprised, but a lot of us are doing that, which in Britain, apparently that's a big like controversy is that their regular prisoners are allowed to play computer games or video games. And a lot of people think that they shouldn't be allowed to play video games. Like that's too much fun for prison, I guess.
Okay.
Um, and so it was like he's even doing what the prisoners do, at least in Britain. So yes,
Oh my
it's not
gosh.
exactly, but it was like, I mean, it's as close as they're gonna get, like with it. And yeah, so and Jack Royson speculated that they wanted him moved in there before Easter because they don't want him trying to sneak into the Easter service with them. And I guess they kept him away from Christmas time, so we would go to the Christmas tree. They're just kind of moving around.
Oh my gosh.
We're
And
thinking,
are he and Fergie though still cohabitating? I mean, is she with
yeah,
him?
yeah. I don't think so. I feel like we read somewhere that it's just him. Uh, yeah, she's probably trying to start something on her own and stay in at least around people. But because she's not as tainted as he is.
Not
She,
as, but it's not great for
yeah,
her.
she's not
She's
perfect.
lost her, she's lost her book deals. She's lost a lot of stuff. Yeah, so I think you and I discussed the last time that he had moved to the Sandringham estate. Now, I had pictured also that, yes, that he was living in Sandringham, which is
Right.
no horrible sentence for anybody. God, I mean, arrest me. I will live there. Um, but it's the Wood Farm Cottage on the King's private estate. I'd be willing to bet Wood Farm Cottage is just delightful.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
but
you call it a cottage, it's got to be
yeah,
delightful. There's,
it's not, it's no Royal Lodge, which is what he was trying to stay in, what he's
oh
lived
my
in for so
goodness.
long.
Come on,
Yeah.
come on.
Oh my goodness.
But I think the girls are distancing themselves because they have good
One
lives,
of
good
them,
marriages, and children. One of them,
one of them has, one of them has officially said she's not talking to him because Jack reported on it like last week. I think it was Eugenie. I think that was which name he said. Yeah. One of them is officially like not contacting him anymore,
well,
which
you want to play the game of politics, and not that they're political figures, but let's just call it politics, that in order to keep her nose clean and her husband's nose
yeah,
clean and not have the trauma follow the children, I can understand that
right.
too. But at the same time, you are a daughter of a man who was having these escapades with somebody your age. It's sick and probably very difficult for her to get past. So yeah,
So
understood.
yeah, so even if they weren't who they are and this wasn't in the news, like
Mhm.
they could be estranged anyway. Like, the average person might have difficulties talking to their father, especially if their father is delusional and refuses to accept any of it happen.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
probably part of it too is that he's just like, yeah, delusional and refuses to like accept that any of it happened. Like,
precisely.
yeah,
Almost in a way, it's a good thing that Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip are gone because this would just,
it's too much.
devastate.
Yeah,
Yeah, too
because
much.
they let it was a big deal that what was it at Philip's memorial that she let Andrew walk her to her seat, and it was just like, oh, God, like he's the
Mhm.
last person, and don't. Yeah, so it's good that mom's not around anymore.
Yes, yes. Well, it says here, I'm looking it up. It says that
Yeah.
Fergie is currently living abroad. Now, I believe she has a place here in New York
Oh,
because of her book deals and things like that, and things that she's done. It wouldn't surprise me if that could be France, could be Spain, could be Portugal. I have no idea. They're not really
right.
saying why. Just Fergie heading overseas. So yeah. Hmm.
Interesting. So, okay, so you made me think of because you're saying how nobody talks bad about William and Kate.
Yes, do
Okay,
tell.
so I'm looking at my notes. So they still aren't talking bad about them, but there was like, let's see, London Times uh put out an article at least a week or so ago that uh the title said like Kate will be a queen who really listens. Now, that implies that the current queen doesn't listen, right? Like that's like taking a jab at Camilla for a reason. When Camilla is like seems very good with people, the everyday people anyway.
Right.
Um,
Yes.
but what it actually was some podcaster who I guess during COVID, Kate was on her podcast. It was like a mommy type podcast. Um, and the girl because she, I guess, was on talking about it. She was saying, she's like, I was just saying in general, like, she was just trying to say about how Kate's really nice. She's like, she really listens. It wasn't that she'll be a queen who really listens, like, compared to the rest. It was just like, she's such a nice person. She really listens. Like,
Yes.
it's,
So that's somebody looking for, we can spin this. And that's what I am, I just
that's the perfect
hate.
example, yeah, of spinning it. Yeah. And but then so that brought Jack Brooks into another point, which I was like, okay, this is fair, and I can see both sides of it. So he's saying, he's like, William kind of talks too much about when he'll be king, because it's like your dad had to wait forever. He just got there. He has cancer. Maybe stop talking about how it's gonna be so great when you're king. And I was like, okay, so we can talk about the two sides of it, right? It's like, one, he's very right. Two, it's also like him trying to tell the younger generation, be like, hold on, like, don't get rid of us yet,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Like, I'm gonna do stuff, just wait. Like,
Yeah, I can see both sides of that. I guess it would come
I
down
guess
to
come
something
down.
that we might never know is, how does Charles feeling about that? Is Charles like, whatever, it's not bothering me? Or is that coming from Charles and going, I wish he'd shut up already. I'm still king.
Right,
Don't
right.
know.
And I feel like with William, so Jack Royce made another good point. He said, the more you talk about what all you're gonna do, he's like, you're setting high expectations for whenever you do become king. And it's like,
That's
and
true
so then
too.
everyone's going to judge you against the
Hmm.
high expectations, and you probably won't be able to get all of it done, or like it won't, be necessary at that point. Like maybe you'll be like 60 or whatever,
Right, right.
In all realness, Charles, if he's like his parents, could live another 20 years.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so William would be, yeah, in his 60s by then.
And it
So,
would be. But there, we don't live there. Okay. We live a
I know it's
vicarious,
it's sad that we don't.
I know, a vicarious Anglophilic life. Okay.
Hey,
We know more than the average person.
we're back.
Um, but they are viewed so favorably, don't you think? They
Yeah,
are a good-looking couple. The woman never takes a bad picture. She's stunning. Uh,
right,
she has great fashion sense. And he's grown this beard, so he's, back on the hottie list.
right. I know. Yes.
And they're fun loving. They are relatable. People
Yeah.
see them, as
Yeah.
relatable. England has been through, 70 years of, I hate to say it, stuffy, and I don't mean that to be so negative
Right.
or in
But
such a pejorative way, but that is, the
yeah,
stiff upper lip, don't show
right.
any affection, prim and
Right.
proper and all that stuff. And then now we have this kind of a go-between.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
I bet there's a lot of, we're just waiting because
Yeah.
eventually
Yeah.
this newness is going to come in, and I can see where Will's, vocabulary and his vernacular
Yeah.
is kind of,
Right.
feeding into that too. But I think when they get on the throne, yeah, they will certainly, people will start looking at them less. I don't want
More
to say less
critically.
favorably, but the negative people are out there, the nasty
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
they're ready to spin and take something like what this girl said and
Right.
make it a ugly
And
thing
make
that
it
it's
something
meant
it's
to
not.
be.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So that's true. And I guess, and really, Charles is a great king for this transitional period because he is a good blend of his mom and then what Williams represent. He's like
yeah.
really
Yes.
is kind of in the middle there with
But
like
he's
his,
fun. Don't you get that
yeah,
impression that he's
yeah,
fun?
he's
He
fun. Yeah,
loves
yeah.
to smile. I mean, how
He's
many
always yeah,
videos, I'm sorry,
yeah,
how many videos are out there that where you wait to see, Queen Elizabeth is like this, and then suddenly she's smiling, like everybody's like, yay, she
yeah,
smiled.
yeah, yeah. We're like, oh my God, we got smile. Yeah, yeah. Or she,
Woohoo, the queen has a life inside
yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah.
kind of thing. But you see Charles, and he just seems to be fun. Apparently, he showed up to some race recently. He was standing on
Yeah.
the sidelines, and somebody was holding a sign that, when people had got past that mile marker, whatever, says, yes, that
Yeah.
really was the king waiting for you at the last mile marker.
Oh my gosh.
And you just get this impression that he's fun, he's lighter spirited, lighter hearted.
He
Um,
is.
I know
Like
he
when
gets
we,
negative press, but yeah.
yeah, like when we see the videos of like, I don't know, like sports teams or whatever that come and visit him, like at the palace. I feel like we've seen some of those videos where like the girls are all like,
Uh-huh.
and
Yep.
they're doing that like in front of him, and like he's just having fun with it. Like
Yes.
it's okay. You don't have to
Yes.
be a certain way around him. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I feel
I really
like
like that.
Elizabeth looked at people very sternly and in a judgmental way. And I
Yeah.
love the queen. I love the former queen.
Yes.
So,
Sure.
but I feel like Charles comes at things without apprehension and without judgment. And that's just the impression that I get. So we'll see what happens when there's a new regime later on.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's interesting. Well, yeah, because I guess because the queen so much was like, was the crown, whatever, while she was alive, the queen is the crown kind of thing. And Charles, it's more like he wears the crown. Like it's like he is a person separate from that kind of thing.
Right.
Like he
Yes.
carries himself that way, right?
That's true. I think we get a little more insight to personality, and I wouldn't say his private life necessarily,
No.
but I just don't feel he's quite as guarded. And
Yeah,
I think the approachability increases when you get to the next generation of Will and Kate too.
right.
So
Well, so along those lines, Jackson was saying that I guess I don't know if they released another video, Kate and William, but he's talking about how the style of videos that they release, where they're like very produced, like,
hmm hmm
he was saying how like so when they first started doing those,
hmm
like I don't know, during COVID or something, he
yeah.
said that was great and that was new and people wanted that. And he said,
Mhm.
but technology trends have changed so fast. He's like, and now they don't like that because it seems insincere to them.
Ah,
They would rather you not read off of a script about, your cancer or whatever.
right,
So he was saying, and because they are like intentionally trying not to do too much in person thing, like they're trying to protect kind of their family boundaries and
right,
personal
right.
life. But uh, Jack Rosen was saying, like, at a certain point, though, you're that's like one thing that the Queen had was that like she went out and met people, and it was like he said some crazy number. I feel like he said like 30% of people have a like memory of meeting the Queen, like because she
Wow,
was everywhere. It really was a crazy percentage.
wow.
Um, and he's like, so that's something that you're not gonna get, even if they start making authentic, like off the cuff videos, you're not getting that one-on-one FaceTime with
Right,
them.
right,
And so he was saying, and he was talking about how Charles and Camilla still go around so much. They're really good at keeping up with, in-person appearances.
right.
So it was sort of like just coming, just noticing that it was like this might be something that becomes an issue, but like, just something to watch.
Right.
That, and it was like, yeah, I mean, he's right. It's like, yeah, especially once they're king and queen, right? Like people are gonna want to see you out.
Yes, yes, they are. Especially because people find them so approachable, relatable,
Right.
um, easy to look at.
Yes.
Things like that. People want to see what is Kate wearing.
Right.
I don't, there wasn't that fascination, at least not in the later years of Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth wore the same hat and the same dress and the same suit,
Yes.
just
She
in a different
was
color.
very much, yeah, yeah. She just had to wear bright colors so that they would know it was her. That was
Yes,
her
yeah, yeah,
only
yeah.
rule. Yeah.
So I have to
So
show this picture real quick. So King Charles cheers on runners at the Sandringham Park Run on Saturday. Um, it's charity cancer runners are speechless by cheering them on from a muddy track near his Sandringham home. I'm going to put this picture up. It's so cute. Remember I said something about personality, and
yeah.
that we see him laugh and smile so much more. That if you can see that,
Yes.
that might
Yeah. Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
So cute. I
That's
mean, he's just, let me go
when,
out and see what the runners. Let me go surprise them. And the sign says, yes, that really was His Majesty the King on your first lap. I mean, it's
oh,
so cute. It's just so much fun. And I just feel like there is so much more conviviality with the royal
yeah,
family. It's so much less stuffy, which is why I don't blame Charles for, I'm going to point over here, not wanting to necessarily live and make Buckingham Palace his home,
right. Yeah,
that this is event. I think
that's
this
true.
this might be one of those, yeah, they may conduct certain business in there, but yeah, I wonder what, I don't know if you know, like the St. James Palace is still used for certain events, but who goes
Right,
over to that Tudor era
right.
stuffy, it's not used for a lot. Buckingham Palace is a lot, it's like the White House. It is so recognizable,
Yeah,
everybody knows it, and I'm sure there are still things that they will do there. But
right,
I could see, they're opening up for so many more tours. Do they open it
right.
yet? Do you know?
Did they, I don't know. Was that, did that start this
That
the
was it.
past summer or something?
Yeah, that no, that was Scotland.
Mm.
Why can't I think of it?
Balmoral?
Thank you, Balmoral.
Yeah,
Know that they
Balmoral.
were
Yeah.
doing that up there.
Oh, right.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, I think so. I've started recently rewatching The Crown, just because it's like it's been a while since I've seen,
and there
especially the
isn't
first
any other
seasons.
to watch on TV. So
I
yes.
know. Yeah, so I was like, rewatching this. So, and I'm just into season one. I'm not going real fast, but I was reminded that when the Queen became the Queen, she and Philip had been working on renovating, I forget, I think it was Kensington is where they were. They're in Kensington Palace. And it was especially with the dramatization, right? Philip is like that's he just put like all this time and effort into like renovating this thing, and then they're told they have to live in Buckingham Palace. And like the Queen tries to fight it and is like, I have like a husband to basically
Yeah. Yeah.
please. And like they're like, but the crown lives in Buckingham
Yeah.
Palace. Like have
You
you
have to live
have
there. Yes.
yeah. So I like the thought that sort of like everything that they get a little more relaxed with things. And like if Charles doesn't have to live there, like if he doesn't want to,
Right.
then fine. Like let's put it up to tourists and just use their business, you know?
Yeah. Or you have a ball going on that night. Spend the night there. It's not like you have to take care of your wardrobe and your toothbrush and packing and
Right,
anything like that. Somebody else will take care.
right.
The sheets are on the bed. Everybody knows you're coming.
So
Ah,
so
goodness.
that was good. Yeah. So oh, a funny thing about Megan. Do you know about Megan's website, how people figured out how much inventory she has?
No. I saw something about giving things away, but I don't know if that's tied together. So what?
So I guess at the beginning of the year, people were on her website and had figured out that like if they put in some ridiculous quantity for an item, that once they went to the cart, it automatically backed it down to what it actually has in stock. So
So
that
if
was a
they
way to,
tried to order 100 jars of jam, it would
yeah,
say that she
and
could
they
only
had
take
like 80 in
23.
stock. It would come
Yes.
back and say I got 80. Yeah, you can only buy 80. So people were finding this out, but they were it's it's because she's damned if she does, damned if she doesn't. Like
Absolutely.
everyone, it's like initially the problems that she didn't have enough inventory. Now everyone is speculating she has so much inventory that like it'll never sell. Like it's like it'll be fine. Like it's
It
fine. And
can. It will last. It's gonna
I
last.
know that's what Jackson, and some of them are like candles now. Like the candles are real expensive. I'm like, I would get the flower sprinkles. That's fine. Like whatever. But just to have them. But yeah, but it's like it's not stuff that's gonna go bad in general, especially the wine. So
Right.
when he said, if, I think the plan is to start shipping more like internationally, or at least outside the US to some places. And he's like, if they start shipping to Europe, that will be huge because he said, especially if they do like Germany and stuff, apparently Germans love the royals and I guess are still okay with Harry and Meghan.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
Germans, like whatever. So they still count.
Well, they like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. Yeah, yeah. That he was like, she will not have a problem selling, like it will help her to open up outside the US. Uh,
Right.
and
Yes.
yeah, and so then people are like, well, if she sells absolutely everything that she has, I forget what it was. It was like tens of millions of dollars that like but they also don't know what the cost is of them, right, to have them made. So it's like we don't know her profit margins, but they're just saying in general, this is what the whole,
Right.
gross would be. Um, yeah, so I just thought it was funny. I thought it was interesting, and I guess they said they fixed that on the website. Although Trevor and I were playing on it like a week or so after I heard the story, and it was adjusting the number kind of in a weird way, but I don't know. We were trying to buy like 100 candles. Stuff.
Watch out, you might get stuck with something.
I know it was like, oh yeah, I put in an order, went to the cart, and it's like it's only like $1,200.
Oh my gosh. Holy cow.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I read something about them trying to give away stock, and so I'm pulling this up, and it says, based on reports from early Feb of 2026. Well, yeah,
okay,
early.
so not
It's only the 4th, by the way.
right,
Um,
yeah,
products from Meghan Markle's lifestyle brand, as ever, are reportedly being given away for free to Netflix employees at their Hollywood campus. So what? Isn't that what you
duh,
do with people that you work with?
yeah,
Here are the key,
yeah.
key
I
details.
mean,
Overstock situation. Reports indicate there is a significant overstock of products such as jams, candles, wine, and flower petal sprinkles stored in rooms at the Icon Tower and Epic building. So Icon and Epic being a
yeah,
company on the
okay.
campus. Freebies for staff. Netflix employees have reportedly been taking home multiple products for free, with one staffer allegedly leaving with 10 items.
Great.
Yeah, that's to me that sounds more less like a please let me gift this to you because you're so much good work. This is a hey guys, we can't get rid of this. Come in, take what you want.
I think, yeah, that and like let's remember, like she has a deal with Netflix, or they
Yeah.
have, it's like Netflix is the streaming channel she's with. So like, I don't know, keep them happy, like, but also, yeah, it's like it's still promotions. Like even if it seems like that's kind of a lot to give away, like for
Yes.
all we know, they planned that number to be given away, right? Like in production. All we know, that was a plan from the get, right? Like,
Yes.
so yeah,
Yeah.
I'm always,
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
yeah, always trying to defend her. I can't always do it. I try. Um, and Harry's getting his whatever the risk assessment thing. We're gonna look at it for
Yes.
security again. Yeah,
Yeah. You and I sent something like that back and forth
I
about
think
that.
so.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
so we'll
I'm looking at
see if
Royal
that
News and stuff.
means,
Yeah.
yeah, so I wonder if that means he'll be spending more time over there because that was the catch of why they didn't think it was necessary or why it didn't qualify like last time we sued over it and like lost the lawsuit. It was because it's only for people who have regular schedules
Yes. Yes.
like in the UK, and he doesn't have a regular schedule
Doesn't
there.
have that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now they're looking at it again outside of a lawsuit. Like he didn't even have to sue to get this one. So like, what are we doing over there, guys? Like, yeah,
Um, oh, because you said something and it's
I know.
happening to me lately. Things like seep out of my
Yeah,
ears before they can get to my mouth. You said
you
something
know.
like that. Shoot. Oh yeah. Well, okay. So that I heard about, but also because there's talk about is Megan going to return for the first time to London for the Invictus Games?
Oh, right.
And there's rumor that she is going to come back, and I'm wondering if that's true or not. So
They'll they'll have to have that protected. Like, there's no way they're even gonna try and go if they have their social
no,
police protection
no.
owned up.
Yeah, and I was trying to explain stuff like that to my mom. I said, "Well, first of all, I said, am I nuts about Megan?" I said, "No." I said, "I don't hate her." I said, "But the thing is, I would never wish that she and Harry get a divorce." I said, "There are children involved. It's a horrible thing." And my mom's like, "Well, yeah, because then what is she going to do? Because he's going to get the children." And I'm like, okay, what the hell are you getting this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That would
right?
be true. I don't know that that would be true.
Yeah.
And I said, it's not like Harry's also just going to be there, that the royal family's just going to open him with, open their arms and
Right.
go,
And,
yay,
like,
she's gone, come
yeah,
on back.
and just go
There's
for
still
it.
too many hurt feelings. Yeah. But I said, the whole thing with the security, I was trying to explain that too. I'm like, there's still a big rift because of that, because he doesn't. What did she say? She said, well, because she's not going to go back. She's never going back to London. They don't want her there. And I said, because there have been credible threats against her
Yeah,
life. I said, and you
right,
take Harry, who's already been through a very traumatic episode where he lost his mother at a young age. And if you think he isn't terrified that that couldn't happen again, now his wife and his children, I said, you
mhm,
better believe he's going to be getting out there and trying to fight his family on the security detail that they won't get him.
right, right.
Yeah, it's
That's
funny
true.
that
Yeah,
got a school mom.
I know, I know. It is fun. I know it's funny when you get to explain things to people.
Right?
Really,
Right.
really, like, um, that's funny. Yeah, I know. Now I lost my thought,
Oh,
but
sorry.
I know. No, it's all right. So let's see. Um, Another topic real quick.
Yes.
So this is not new news now, but it's probably like in January at some point when I was talking about this. So because it's interesting. So apparently, Epstein had a photo shoot in his New York place in 2015 for like an article that someone was going to write about him.
Okay.
And the story is that, so basically, I'll tell you the story why the pictures disappeared, but the pictures have appeared. And in one picture, he's like leaning on his desk in his office at home. And they're
This
clearly
this is Epstein or Andrew?
Epstein. Oh,
Okay.
sorry. Epstein.
All right.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Because it's just Epstein. Yeah. But because what's on his desk, so first of all, his desk isn't like cluttered. It doesn't look like he just has papers from everything, right? It's pretty neat and tiny. But there's an email printed out that is from the palace and like from Andrew and whatnot, that's like visible in the picture behind him or something. And so the talk so and Jack was the one reporting on this, and it's like, so uh sort of like so I'll tell you again why this picture didn't come out, but at the time when it was being taken, it's like, what was Epstein's plan? Like, it's essentially like a warning sort of to the pal, being like, don't turn on me because I have stuff, like I have, and I can show, like,
Isn't
I'll
that
do
funny? Because I
this.
was gonna say, it almost seems like Andrew's been set up in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, so the reason why the photos went the way they did, so I forget which journalist was going to do the story, but they hired this photographer, and the photographer was, you know, talking to Epstein beforehand, and he Epstein was like getting really uh I don't know, very specific. Like, it just, he was basically like, after publication, like, I need to own those photos. I want to own all of the photos afterwards. I'll pay you $20,000 for them. And like, the photographer is like, I mean, that's a lot of money now, but he's like, but then it was like meant everything to his family. Like, he had a family with small kids and whatnot, right?
All
But
right.
the paper that had hired him agreed. They said that's fine. And like, so he got, Epstein could pay him, and that's fine. Like, you can turn over all the photos after publication. That was the agreement. So they do the photo shoot. And then Andrew, like, wait, is it wait, what's his first name? Epstein. Why I'm calling him Andrew like it's Prince Andrew. Like Jeffrey. There we go.
You. Yeah. We just know
I
him
was
as
like, I
he's
know
just
it's not
Epstein. He's
Andrew
Epstein. What do
because
you
I'm
mean?
just like that'd be weird if they both said
Ah,
okay, so Jeffrey Epstein. Um, it's like started calling this photographer and was like, I want all of the pictures now. And he's like, well, that's not part of the agreement and it hasn't been published yet. And he's like, no, I want all of it back now. And like, I guess kind of sent some scary look guys to his house. Like, and so they ended up killing the story, which so they never wrote it, which they and that has happened multiple times with other journalists trying to do stuff with him,
mhm.
where it like looks like you're gonna get to do something and then he kills it. So he insisted on having the pictures, so he like killed the story, sent his, scary guys over to collect everything from the photographer, like make sure that they got every hard drive, everything. He better have all of it, that kind of thing. I think they still paid him, but so he had all of that. So Jeffrey has all of that, apparently, so, you know, as a sort of a form of blackmail, right? Like he could
Right.
still use these photos to be like, oh yeah, like I almost had this published, like in the, in
Mm-hmm.
the article.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but so the photographer, I guess, only recently somehow was like, found some crazy old external hard drive. Like basically had no idea. He really thought he gave all the copies
Gave
over.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's only like come out now with that, and it's like so we're like, oh, sorry, the email that was printed out is from 2011. This photo shoot was in 2015. That was one of the main things was like, why does he have an email printed out from 2011? It looks like a new piece of paper. It's not been sitting out for 4 years,
Uh-huh.
and it's perfectly placed in 2015. Like all of that has to be intentional. Why would you have an old email printed out for no reason, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
I said
So
it.
just another bizarre thing.
Right. I know. As I said, it just for all the people that are on the list, and I know the list hasn't necessarily been made public, that kind of stuff,
Right.
but it almost seems like, the press are really going after Andrew on this, and
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, yeah, in a way, poor Andrew. It's like he's like the only one that's out about it or whatever, that's like taking a
yeah,
real hit from it.
yeah.
Um,
I wonder
and
how
I think
many people
mainly
he
that's
knows about.
because of Virginia Jeffries. Like, I don't
Yes.
think if Virginia Jeffries was a thing, it wouldn't be, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, I agree. I agree.
like the list alone isn't, yeah, no. But they were talking about how it's like, yeah, that's how he became rich and powerful because he kept secrets about everybody. Like that was his thing, was he
Yes,
gained
that was his
power
thing.
by having something over them. And
Absolutely.
like the photographer even said that he felt like that Epstein, like on their first phone call, he felt like Epstein was talking to him in a way to try and like get something. Like he just felt like it was like he's been trying to find something out of me, like just in case he wants to use. Like it felt real, like real dodgy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But he was a shady person, and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything he
Right.
did was, yeah. So,
So that is how he became powerful.
Andrew.
I know, I know.
Yeah.
Um,
And Will, is in the news. Is saying Will's furious. Will is angry, and whether or not Will has actually voiced those things, he's got to. They
right.
have to put that out there because he's got to make that separation. He's got
Yeah,
to
a
separation.
lot of people are thinking that he's the one who's been pushing his dad behind the scene to make been pushing Charles to be like, you got to get him out of here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We can't
Yeah,
have any association with this.
right.
Um,
I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of staff that are also telling them this.
probably.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. And okay, so you know how I'm or if you remember, I'm going to be looking into a career in public relations.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So, but I have webinar with the online school, Ball State where I went, but they have an online program, master's program for it. Anyway, that's in March. But uh, so I took note when Kate and William hired a new PR person from a PR firm, and her specialty was crisis management, which doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it does mean it's good to have on hand just going forward because like Harry could become a crisis, like all the like there's just things kind of sitting
Oh,
around.
absolutely. I would think that that would be essential. I would,
Yeah. Yeah. So I
absolutely.
was like, that's yeah. So I was just like, oh, yeah, right. I remember now. I was like, yeah, Nancy and I are both supposed to go work like for the Royals. I think you were gonna do William and Kate, and I was gonna take Harry and Meghan. Someone's got to fix Harry and Meghan.
You have fun with that. You have fun with that. And then I'm there. I'm the Wales's peeps, and you're the
Yeah,
Sussex's peeps, and you and
that's
I get
right.
together and and then we
Exactly.
come online and talk about what we. That would be quite a show. That
That
would.
would be hilarious. Yeah.
Of course, we just shot any chance we ever have of getting hired. So.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah. We'll just put it like at the bottom, like Team Sussex, Team Wales.
Oh my goodness. We
Yeah.
are going to get photobombed here in a moment because
Oh,
William
okay.
is
That's
picking
fine.
up.
Yeah, I know we're running, yeah, out of time.
Yes,
I don't want you to have to run right to the last minute.
I know.
But yeah,
I
but
was going to show you real quick. I told you I do my Pickaboo books for my Pickaboo, Picaboo. It's my favorite way to
okay.
do a photo album. So these are my,
Yeah.
I finally got them done. These are my volume 1 and volume 2.
Ooh, that's
I create
awesome.
them. I create the covers. I do the fonts. I do all the
Oh, I love
graphics,
it.
everything else. So here's Tower of London,
Yay.
Leeds
Yeah.
Castle, and if we
Oh,
ever get together, this is my second set. So I've got
yeah.
my volume. If you can read
Oh,
that backwards, volume 1,
yeah,
volume
yeah.
2.
That's
Um,
awesome.
where is it? This one? This one I was going to show you. I
Oh,
I
that's
just
so cool.
love the way you can, because I can
So
manipulate so many things
is
in it.
it
Yeah.
is the website like called Pickaboo? Is that what
Yeah,
it is?
Pickaboo. So
Yeah.
like this is a
Okay.
centerfold that I did, if you can see that, the Tower
Ooh.
of
Oh,
London.
that looks really nice.
Isn't that neat?
Oh, I should do
And
that.
if I don't find an embellishment that I want, I will find a way to make it because I know how to use Photoshop. So
Oh,
like you can
right.
see, I do, some plain stuff. You can see that there's
Oh my
antiquated,
gosh.
and I
That's
try to
amazing.
match the font with the mood of whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to find here like this one. I thought you'd like this one. So
Ooh. Yes, indeed. Ooh.
isn't that nice?
That's pretty.
We
Oh
had
yeah,
such a
yeah. That's really
great,
nice.
I know, look at the sky that we had
I
that day.
know.
It was
Yeah, all of your
amazing.
skies.
And
Yeah.
we were there for sunset and everything. So like I said, I would love to share these books with you at some point. Yeah,
Yes.
there's another here.
I would
Another
love that as well. Ooh.
shine off of
That's
that.
nice.
I
Love
know
that
it was
Tower
so pretty. The
Bridge.
sun was going down. It was that
Oh,
golden hour, and just beautiful. So I just Pickaboo doesn't know what they don't know I'm coming. Let me just say that because a typical book, you know where that is. That's at Windsor,
yeah,
St. George's Chapel.
yeah,
A typical book, you can get a plain book for about it's starting around 20 maybe it's at $30, something like that for 20
yeah.
pages. So this has 118 pages. And you have to pay for every additional page. But they offer these coupons and these deals. So a couple times a year they offer extra free pages. And I
Yeah.
wait for that deal. And so I get 75 for it's like more than 70. I calculated it was like getting 78% off the book. So this would normally have cost me $280. I paid
Yeah.
$60 with the shipping and handling.
That's amazing.
It is. And
That,
I'm like, those people are probably going, what the hell? We need to ban this woman from getting that. Because I've done it like 4 times now.
oh my
And
God.
it's such a really, really good deal. And these are my, I can get a t-shirt. I can get a t-shirt. I will get a
Yeah.
t-shirt always, but to have every experience written down, all my
Oh, I
pictures.
know. And like such good quality pictures, like printed, get some
Yes, 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 yes.
like
Yeah,
that's
well, I
really nice.
carry my really expensive,
Yeah.
high quality camera with me everywhere. Jose's like, can't you just take it with, your
Um,
cell phone? No, they don't blow up like this. And I can't,
right, right,
if you're in a dark area, say you're in a dark castle, if I'm shooting in, say, what they call raw,
right.
you can look it in the camera, it's almost black. But when I finish manipulating, I can lighten it and it doesn't
Oh,
look
right.
great. It just,
Oh, right.
it looks like
You
this.
can, yeah,
So
yeah.
I love doing these books. They're such a
Oh,
great, I love
that's,
going back, and Jose will say
yeah,
something like, well, didn't we do this such? I'm like, hold on, let me get the book. It's the Bible.
it's great. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this picture behind me was taken with my iPhone in 2023. And I remember it was like,
Really?
oh, it's not quite clear enough. Yeah.
Oh
Like
no,
it's,
Amy, it's awesome. Because I was
oh, thanks.
thinking, I
Yeah,
thought that was I
the
seriously had the
flowers were
thought
really
that was
pretty.
an HD. That had to have been an HD photo that you found online.
Nope. No, this one is my phone picture.
It's
But
beautiful.
thank you. Yeah,
It
I know.
is.
I
And
feel
what
like
season did you go with those tulips? It had to be April, March,
this
April,
was May. Wait.
May. Okay.
Yeah, I think I went in May. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
So
nice.
I know it's 2023. So I'm itching to
No,
get
it's
back.
extremely clear. It's extremely clear, I think. Maybe
Yeah.
if you're looking at it from
Yeah.
whatever, no, it looks really, really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, with the yeah, if there's any dark, like, try and take photos, otherwise it's not great.
Right? Right?
Yeah, can't see anything.
I was gonna
Oh,
try to show you Easter. Let me show you real quick. Tower of London, Easter,
yeah.
Easter. That was the next day. Real quick.
Mhm.
So I told you they didn't live far from, they lived like a 15-minute walk from Kensington
Yeah.
Palace when they were living there. So
Oh,
isn't that great?
oh, that is great. Oh my goodness.
I know.
Love
And
it. So I started rewatching Victoria also.
did you? It's such a shame that they canceled that and never went back to
Oh,
it, isn't
I
it?
know.
Just
It's
it's awful.
yeah. Ooh.
I
Yeah,
know.
I mean
I love taking
that looks like a real book you would get like about the castles or
I
whatever.
know. Thank you.
So
I know.
bravo.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd love to
Yeah,
actually sit and share it with you.
no.
I keep dangling that carrot. We still talk about
I
Florida.
know. I know. Yeah,
Um, and I
when are you gonna
definitely wouldn't be your competition anymore, but I could possibly be an extra pair of hands.
Oh
So,
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, and it's like I've scaled back quite a bit. It's
yeah.
like I'm gonna make it worth my while to come out and do it.
Yeah,
Like
right.
as
But the
in pay my price. Don't argue it.
yeah,
If you argue it, then you're not for me. That's okay.
exactly, exactly. It does have to be worth your time, worth your while.
Right.
Yeah, you'll notice I really haven't posted anything new, that I don't have any new media posts and stuff
Just
like
so
that.
bad at posting. Ever
Yeah.
since I decided that I was like scaling back, which was like October, I've like not been posting. It's really
Well,
bad. I feel like it was just like a mental decision. It was just like, all right, like just flip a switch.
so I totally get that. And I
Yeah.
honestly felt that I was part of that switch. Because I don't hear from you, but I know you're busy. I know you're
Oh,
busy. And I was like, I never hear from Amy anymore. But I'm feeling the same way. It's kind of like there is that relief. I was constantly under the stress of, I really should, that would be a post and I should be on there every day. I should be putting something
I
new out there.
know, right?
I was like, you know what? I am one person and I have a family that has been in in crisis mode a
Right,
number of times over the last 3 months. And it just, what I'm putting online, it doesn't matter. It
right.
doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. So yeah. So
Yeah.
that's where I am.
Okay. So, so
So
yeah, so we'll have to have a phone call either later this week or next week, whenever you can.
yeah, yeah, I had to schedule my oldest sister Tanya. And we finally got online, on the phone today. And it can never be less than an hour and 15 minutes with her. And I love her. She's the one who's been taking care of everything for my
Oh
parents,
yeah.
everything.
Mhm.
Um, but she also knows that we have our own issues that we're trying to handle up here. And I'm not down there. There's not much I can do.
Right, right.
But I'm like, listen, I really have to go because the painter's here and I got to get an estimate for the basement. And she's like, okay, but we never even got to talk about mom and dad. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I gotta go, you know. And I said, why don't we just we'll try again on Friday. Why don't we try Friday? I'll be getting things together for a tea party. I have people walking the door.
Right.
I will try, let's try then. She goes, okay, text me and we'll see if we can. But that's how it is lately. It's like
Yeah.
you
It's
talk, if it's
scheduled.
5 minutes, that's fine. But if it's gonna be a long conversation, I
Right.
need to put it on the
Right.
calendar.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah.
Hey. Oh, hold on.
And for us, we got to put it on the calendar.
I know, right? Hello.
Yes.
Hey, love your background.
I
Oh,
know.
thank you. I like your pink glasses.
You were
Those are
just
cool.
been there.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, go on.
Yeah.
Say goodbye, okay?
Yep. Yeah, you've been.
I know. All right. Well, it is good to see you. It is good to talk to you. I'm looking at your sweater. It looks exactly like one I have, but it's tan.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Candace was for me at some point, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is a nice little. Yeah.
It's
Thanks.
pretty. It's a beautiful shade. It's the same shade of blue that I'm going to be doing the accents in here.
Ooh. Okay.
Um,
Awesome.
yeah. I got the pillows. I got the throw. I've got artwork
Nice.
on the way. I had this green picked out and just this green that I'm nuts about.
Yeah.
But when I painted the gray, it ended up being a little bluer than I expected. And I'm like, it's not that it's
Um,
bad, but when you put blue with this gray, it looks so much better. So I'm gonna do
okay.
the green will go
Okay.
downstairs and I'll do blue here. But it's that shade of blue that you're wearing.
Right.
Kind
Oh,
of,
that's awesome.
so,
Well,
yeah.
I'll be excited to see it.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
all right. Well, listen, great to see you.
yes.
Text
Lovely
me
to see you.
little tidbits when
I
you
know. I know. I
and
know. I got to text you more and pay attention to the royal news too.
yeah, I just don't feel like there's been that much. Nothing that's been like out of the, blow you out of the water kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
there hasn't been. Yeah.
No. So we'll
So
figure it out. But
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
well, good
Okay.
luck. Are you waving?
Thank
Okay, I
you.
thought you were still waving. Anyway, all
Well,
right. Well, you take care.
thank
Enjoy
you.
your
You as
cold
well.
temperatures. And
That's right. Yeah, it's gonna stay cold for a little bit.
I know, right? I'll take your cold.
I know. I know. Well, you can just move here.